What's up, it's you? For today's video, with a full Bisharp Evolution Forms team, I'll be using Pawniard, Bisharp, and Kingambit all on one team. Now, these Pokemon share a big 4x weakness to fighting, so it may getting some content pretty difficult, but I got some really cool battles here, people. I'll be using 2 of each Pokemon to make up an entire team of 6. If there's any other Pokemon teams you'd like to see me do, make sure you leave below in the comment section of the video, and let's get into it. Now, my first opponent here, this is against Nep. This is on the Poke Portal, and we've got a Caliber lead. Now, I just woke up right this second, so my narration is going to be like 11 out of 10. So I've got a Pawniard here, right? It is a little starting set, and it's going to be having the moves as following: Low Sweep, Foul Play, Stealth Rock, and Protect. I've got the ability Inner Focus and Item Focus Sash there. I didn't even do that on purpose. Now, we've got the EV Spreaders, Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. What I wanted to do here is to try and get at least one Pokemon to put Stealth Rocks on the field and maybe drop their speed a little bit there to help out Bisharp and Kingambit. Now, this team, they're not very fast Pokemon at all, and there's a little bit of priority moves in there, but that's about it. So quite a slow Pokemon team. Now, I had a little bit of trouble against this Bisharp because it set the snow up, and then it started like phasing my team out, but the good thing about it was there was no, at least no entry hazards on the field. So the next Pokemon I've got is Bisharp here. Now, this is a Troll Bisharp set. I know that really surprises you. So this Bisharp is a bulky Rest Sleep Talk set, and it has got Guillotine, Rest Sleep Talk, and Iron Defense. The item you can run on Bisharp now, which is really cool since it evolves, is Everlight, so it makes it very, very tanky. The EV Spreader is going to be Max Health and Max Special Defense, and I've also given this one Careful Nature. You've got to be very careful when you verse this Bisharp, people, but it gives it an extreme amount of bulk there. It's going to have the Terra-type Ghost on it. Now, the next Pokemon to get swapped in is going to be, this is going to be my Sweeping Pawniard here. So this is my Sword Dance, Sucker Punch, Iron Head, Aerial Wave set. Now, I've got Everlight on this as well. The ability is going to be Defiant, and the EV Spreaders, Max Health and Max Attack, Adam and Nature. So I figured with Pawniard, I'm not going to be outspeeding a Shuckle anyway, so I may as well give it all bulk and rely on Sword Dance and Sucker Punch combination to, outspeed anything that is, speedier than me. So we're going to get phased out again for the 69th time here. I'm like, can I just land an attack on this Pokemon? And of course, it rolls out my Bisharp again. I was kind of hoping for a Kingambit, because that way I could at least, land a decent amount of damage here. So Caliber is going to heal for like the 69 millionth time there. I'm going to go for a Guillotine, and it finally lands, and it's going to chop it right away there. You've got to love that animation for Guillotine. So finally we took out a Caliber in a children's game of Pokemon. So that's good. That's a solid start to the battle there. Now the snow is going to stop there, and out comes Steve, and that's going to be Gargantuar. So I can go for the Guillotine again, and it landed the second time. You wouldn't read about it, so that's an excellent start to the battle there. Taking out, one really, really bulky Pokemon, and annoying bulky Sweeper, so I was happy with this. So it was a quality start. Then comes the Miraidon. Oh dear. So this is kind of interesting. So they're going to take some Stealth Rock damage there. Hadron Engine is going to be activated, putting the electric terrain. It's flowing nice on the field, and now they're going to go for a Terra here. I think it might be a little Timmy Terra too. So we got a Terra Electric Miraidon. So they're not playing any games anymore. I've taken out 2 Pokemon with a Troll move, so I think they might be a little bit salty. I'd be salty too, because it's Guillotine, right? So now Miraidon's going to go for Electro Drift. Now, this is the bulky special defensive Bisharp, but even with all that bulk, Bisharp gets annihilated there. It's just such a powerful Pokemon, Miraidon. It's crazy, crazy special attacker. So I've got to do something about this, because it is very, very powerful and can sweep my entire team. So we're going to go to, Pawniard here. I've got Sucker Punch. There's no way I can go for a Sword Dance here. There's absolutely no way I'll live that. So going for Sucker Punch, good damage. Quality damage. Nothing amazing, but good quality damage there. Now, the Miraidon's going to be going for Electro Drift here. And I'm like, yep, that's the end of my Pawniard. So that sucks. I'm like, what can I do here? Like, how am I going to get around this? I've got maybe one Pokemon that might be able to lift this attack, but just with the Electro Drift and its ability, it's just so powerful. So Pawniard's going to come in here. I tried to do a bluff here. I was like, I'm going to go for Protect here and get rid of the terrain for one turn, but they swapped. So I'm guessing they suspected I had Sucker Punch again and then swapped into Iron Hands. I'm like, oh no, here we go again. This is bad. So Iron Hands is going to get a Quick Drive there, boosting its attack already, which is already sky high. So I went for a Protect here to try and stall out the electric terrain a little bit more. And on that Protect, Iron Hands is going to go for a Belly Drum. I'm like, oh no. But if I can get foul play off here, it's going to do some pretty foul damage, and I outspent Iron Hands, which really didn't take too much, and it's going to get one shot. So if it didn't go for Belly Drum there, I wouldn't have taken it out. So that was awesome. So things are going magical at the moment. Next Pokemon is going to be Glimmora. I've never seen one of these in my life. Now, Glimmora is going to get hit by the Stealth Rocks there, and now it's going to go for a Spiky Shield. Actually not a bad move on Glimmora. It's got like a lot of entry hazards, and you can run Spiky Shield pretty nicely on it. So I'm going to obviously kick Glimmora there. I think I went for Low Sweat or whatever attacking move there, and Glimmora is going to have the Black Sludge as the item. So I went for another Low Sweep here, and I'm going to keep dropping his speed. It's kind of interesting that I was able to outspeed this. I mean, I guess I did have actually, let me check. I had max speed, but even so, like with 60 base speed, it wasn't very fast. So it's going to finish me off there with a Disrespect Power Gem by Pawniard. Actually, Glimmora doesn't have too many moves to hit the Bisharp line. Maybe Earth Power and Terra Fire and a few things like that. So next Pokemon is going to be Kingambit, sitting on a shiny toilet, all right? Okay, I got a question of the day. Is anyone watching this on their toilet right now? Be honest with me. Tell me about it in the comments section. Well, tell me they're sitting on the toilet, not about all the other stuff. So anyway, we got Glimmora, go for a Protect here. A Spiky Shield. And either way, it's good to go for protection. And I can go for a Dank Pulse here. Now, this is a special set, and it's actually kind of cool because I can still make use of the Supreme Overlord ability. So we've got Steel Beam, Dank Pulse, Grass Knot, and Air Slash. Now, this is max health and max special defense, modest nature. The Terra type is also Steel too. So I can go for a Steel Beam here, fire a beam while sitting on a toilet, only I'll pin my shadow, and Glimmora is going to faint. Now, the item I ran on my Kingambit was Citrus Berry, so I can fire a beam while I'm on the toilet, and then I can eat a berry while I'm on the toilet, like you wouldn't read about it. So Glimmora is going to faint there. There is 2 Pokemon left. Now, the big problem here is going to be obviously the Miraidon, but then a Kingambit appeared out of the woodwork, so this was quite interesting. So I was like, okay, well, I can do nothing. So let's go for a Steel Beam here. I'll get as much damage off as possible, then I'll faint and try and, faint it with my other 2 Pokemon. I managed to live, and it had Metal Burst. So like, oh, cool. That's not a bad move there. So Kingambit is going to faint to Kingambit. Then I was thinking, wait a second. I've got a Bisharp, and it has Metal Burst as well. So I'm like, time to play some mind games. So this is a pretty interesting set here. It's really bad though. So I've got a Fling Iron Ball set. So max health, max attack there. We've got the Everlight as the item on there too to give us some extra volt. So I fling the Iron Orb, which is Iron Ball, the Iron Orb. That's actually a good item, Iron Orb. Game Freak, hope you're listening. So then it started going for Iron Defense. I'm like, man, this thing is going to be bulky. The only way I could possibly get some sort of damage onto this, right, or some decent damage, would be to hitting it with a Metal Burst. But I don't know if it's got any attacking move because it really hasn't done too much so far. So I stole the Metal Coat there so I can evolve my Steelix, and now it keeps setting up these Iron Defenses over and over again. I'm like, okay, well, it's time to go for Guillotine. So I went for the Guillotine there. I thought this might draw them out to go for an attacking move. So then they went for the Metal Burst. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this turn to try and get the Metal Burst. They pulled out the Sucker Punch there, and I got the Metal Burst to actually work. So Metal Burst is basically like counter a Mirror Coat there, but there's no negative priority. And I thought it worked really well with Iron Ball. So, Galaxy Brain strategies there. So finishing off the Kingambit with a nice little Disrespect Thief there. I stole its toilet. So that's the end of Kingambit. So what happens, right, if you steal Kingambit's toilet, it stands up again, and then it becomes the Bisharp, all right? Like, these are the things you need to know, people. So next Pokemon, and also their last Pokemon, is going to be Miraidon. So Miraidon is going to be able to easily take me out here with Electro Drift. This thing has been a problem since the start of the battle there. So Bisharp didn't have too much health left, and it is going to get wrecked. So I've got one more Pokemon left, and it is a Kingambit. Now, this is the best set on my team easily. This is a Supreme Overlord set, and I've got in this one Kowtow Cleave, Sucker Punch, Iron-Headed Stone Miss, Max Health, Max Attack, and that is the end of Miraidon there. With that, with the boost from Supreme Overlord, I got a nice big attack stat and nice bit of damage too. So that's the end of Miraidon, and that's the end of the first battle. What a crazy battle that one was. Thank you, Neff, for the battle, whoever you are. If you ever see this video, leave a comment below. And let's get on to battle number 2. This is a battle against Brian, and we have a Sushi lead there. Sushi, who could go for a sushi right now? Now, I'm going to say my favorite sushi is chicken teriyaki, but people are going to roast me and be like, it's not a proper sushi. I know, but you can still have it inside there, right? It's still inside the seaweed stuff. I guess it sort of counts a little bit. It probably doesn't. Anyway, so I'm going to fire off an Iron Ball there at the sushi. I rolled the sushi out, but it somehow lived. And now they're going to go for a Memento here. But this Bisharp, this actually has Defiance. So the drop there is going to boost my attack. And then the special attack boost drop, I like raise my attack again. So at this moment, like this Bisharp's got like so much attack right now, like so many boosts. This was the bulky one too. So I had like, this was adamant too, so I had max health and max attack, so like, damn, this thing's gonna drop hard. It does nothing to olives. Like, the olives live it easy. And then the seed power is going to activate, and I stole that terrain extender. So this is interesting. So it's going to go for a Petal Blizzard. Pretty cool combination there by my opponent, turning me into a water type and then hitting me with the Petal Blizzard. So I'm going to go for Thief again. It's my most powerful move. Unfortunately, it's just not enough to take it out there with its really, really low base power. And that is the end of Bisharp. But a quality performance there from Bisharp. Very, very nice. I even stole a terrain extender. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be Kingambit here. Now, this is my special set, and I can go for a Scumbag Air Slash here. So, go for Air Slash. It lived on 1 health, and then I got a flinch. That was amazing. So, now I can go for any other attacking move here. I went for a Disrespect Grass Knot in the grassy terrain, Seed Powerness, and that is the end of Bolivia. Now, that's 2 Pokemon there. People are roasting me how I say that Pokemon's name too. There's going to be that one person. Actually, there's probably going to be more than one person. Anyway, so out comes a boiled egg. I'm going to get yawned at by a boiled egg, and now I'm going to go for a Dank Pulse here. So Dank Pulse is like a 3-hit KO thanks to the power of the grassy terrain. And now it's going to go for a Snarl, which is going to drop my special attack, and it's going to boost the opponent's special attack there because it's got Throat Spray as the items. It's like, I hope this doesn't have a fire type move. And I'm thinking to myself, I know this has got a fire type move, right? So I got some good damage there with the Dark Pulse. At least I'm back to almost full health. You know how it is, right? So it's nice and bulky. Here comes the Flamethrower at +1. I just get incinerated in one shot there. So bye-bye Kingambit. You know, this crocodile this is a threat. You know, I got to take this thing out. So going to Pawniard here, it's time to bring out the big guns, and I can go for Sucker Punch here, but they didn't go for an attacking move. Like, what do they go for? And they went for Willow Mist, and it landed. I'm like, no. So good play there by my opponent. Very, very excellent play there. So Pawniard is going to be burned. So I know that my attacks will, definitely won't take out. It won't take it up, but at least I can get some damage. I could go for a Sucker Punch here, I guess. And, I guess the grass is gone, which will be helpful too. So go for that Sucker Punch there. Boiled egg, this boiled egg, right, is super, super bulky, right? It's like, okay, just picture this in your mind, right? You've got a boiled egg, right? And you got to take the shell off it. It's like super annoying. It takes like 69 years, and you're really hungry. Right? You're like, just want to get the shell off, man. I just want to eat this egg. You've been there before. It's a really bulky egg, right? So the shell is, really, really, really hard to get off. So I'm going to swap in Kingambit there, and I'm going to get drowsy by that yawn. I'm going to go for the Kowtow Cleave there, and we're going to slice that egg right in half. So that is the end of the 3rd Pokemon. Now, the next Pokemon we got here is going to be Scovelin. And Scovelin is... might be a little bit of a problem here if it's got a fire timer. Well, it could be a huge problem. So I'm going to swap out my Kingambit and go into my little Pawniard here because I want to know what move it has. So it's got the ability Moody here, so it's going to raise its speed and drop its special attack. So I was like, okay, that's all right. Now it's going to use Spicy Extract. I'm like, Wait a second. So Spicy Extract actually gives me a +2 in attack, but drops my defense by +2. So a cool doubles move, Spicy Extract. And yes, I am going to do a Scovelin sweep, and I'll feature a strategy and move and stuff like that. That's coming up in the future. Just a little bit of a hype there for you. So now it's going to go for the overheat, and yeah, I lived on 1 health thanks to the focus. Sad. So I can go for like my last attacking move here. I mean, I guess I've done a little bit of damage there to Scovelin. So I went for the foul play, and foul play almost takes it out. It was so close. Now it's going to get a special attack rise there and a defense drop. So now they're going to keep going for over. I thought they may be running like a mix set with Spicy Extract, you know, dropping the defenses up, but you know, you never know here. So that's the end of Pawniard. Now also, I want to say one thing too. You people over in US and stuff like that, you call these peppers, right? I call them capsicums. They're not like spicy, right? I think that's different. So like you have them in salad and that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's like a difference. With peppers are hot, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm sure someone will let me know in the comment section. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the Iron Head here. That is the end of the peppers. One thing I'd like would be the different color, a shiny for like, you know, a yellow capsicum, you know, instead of like a green and red one. You could have all the different colors. So in comes the pig here. I'm gonna go into Bisharp. I want to see what moveset this guy, because it was kind of interesting. So I was like, I wonder what this can even do. So pancetta. What is that? So I'm going to get a special. It's going to get a special attack boost there, and then it's going to go for a Terra Pancake. That would be. Wait, if Stunfisk was in the game, you could go for a Terra Pancake. That would be sick. So anyway, it's going to be a Terra Normal here. And I was thinking, okay, well, normal. I wonder what attack it's going to use here. It's popped the mighty Terra Tackle on my Bisharp, and it has the normal gem on top of that. Like, look at this power, right? I was waiting in anticipation for this attack, and it did a quality amount of damage there. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for Guillotine. That's all I got there. I think I've got this. All I've got to do is land an attack. Then it pulled out the Earth Power, so it's a mix set after all. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And Guillotine is going to miss again, so I need to land a Guillotine, like, very soon, you know. So the sun is going to go away there. Here comes Earth Power number 2. Bisharp is literally on its last legs here, and I managed to get another Guillotine off there, and it looks like we're going to have some bacon for breakfast here, people. So there's one more Pokemon left. My Bisharp, yeah, doesn't have a lot of health left, so I'm guessing it's going to be sacrificed. And then I've got my Kingambit left as the very last Pokemon. Last thing we got is Cinnamon Roll. I can't remember the last time I had a Cinnamon Roll. It's going to finish me off with the Play Rough. So one more left here is my Kingambit. This is the with Supreme Overlord. So it's such a great ability for leaving them last two, whether it's the physical or special set, right? So now I'm going to go for a Desperation Terror here. No, I'm going to go for a little Timmy Terror. I'm going to make sure I can take this out, right? No, I just went for it for the lols. I wanted to show you this is a flying like a flying type, and it actually worked out really well for fighting type Pokemon. Terra Flying, right? So you could say you're terrifying. So I'm going to go for the Iron Head here. I'll get outspent, and that is the end of the Cinnamon Roll there, which is fine. And we've won that's the second win we've had today, but we just won that one. My opponent brought a very powerful team there. Almost swept me with a middle evolution there. Thank you, Brian, for the battle. Let's go on to battle number 3 here. This is a battle against Tyler. Now, we've got a Glimmora lead. Wow, I've never seen a Glimmora lead in my life. It's so rare, you know, like this, cherish this in your mind, people. Like, it's a very rare occurrence. So now we're going to have a stealth roll put up on the field there too. Never saw that one coming. And now I'm going to go for a fling. We're going to fling that Iron Ball off there, and this is going to do some good damage. So this is a bulky set though. So they're going to have a Toxic Debris in the field. You know, Toxic Debris being on the field, it really does change the entire outcome of this battle. I was being sarcastic there, by the way. Anyway, so I can go for a Guillotine here, and it's going to miss. It's going to be like this, I'm sure there's going to be this one person that's never seen one of my videos before. It's like, is this guy being serious? But, you know, it's a steel type team, right? They can't be poisonous. I'm just going to say that for that. You know, there's few people that are new here that, you know, don't really know how I, you know, talk and stuff like that. So, it's going to have Ancient Power. They're trying to boost up their special attack, and they got it. I'm like, oh, no. So I ran like I did like a Glimmora Sweeper a little while back there, and I did like a Venoshock Toxic Debris set with Ancient Power, and I got one boost, and I just like dumped in these teams. It was like really cool. So I'm going to go for a Thief there, another Toxic Debris in the field, another life-changing event, and here comes another Ancient Power on my Bisharp. So I need to land something here. I have to get something happening. So I went for the Metal Burst instead, and Metal Burst was enough to take out Glimmora. So I was pretty happy about that. So one Pokemon down. Wait, I just need a sip. I need a drink here. A nice lemon and lime G-Fuel. You can get your saving on G-Fuel there using code SALT for 20% off. Out comes Belly Bolt. Now, this thing did cause me a little bit of problems there. So it's going to go for Scummy Water, and that's the end of my Bisharp. He did a pretty good job there. Actually, Belly Bolt looks pretty cool when it does this like a little little movement thing. It like charges its belly. I guess that's why they call it Belly Bolt. Next Pokemon is going to be Kingambit. So I need to take this thing out real quick. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's use the power of Scum to take it out. So we're going to go for the Dank Pulse here. Not bad damage, but really not good damage either. And Electromorphosis is going to activate. So what that means, right, is say you use the move Charge, so it actually will boost the power of the next electric type attack. So not a bad ability there. Really does suit this Pokemon too. So it's going to have leftovers, and it seems to have some sort of like bulk about it. So maybe they're running it like, I don't know, I think they're running it like max health, max special attack at least. So Electromorphosis is going to activate again. Also, that doesn't stack either. That only applies to that turn, which is kind of cool. Now, I'm nearly up to doing moveset guides for the non-Paradox Pokemon too, so I think we got like 2 or 3 Paradox mons left, and then I'm going to start on all these other, cool, interesting Pokemon like Belly Bolt and stuff like that. So, yeah, just a little bit to look forward to there if you like the moveset guides. So now it's going to hit me with the Thunderbolt there, almost taking Kingambit out. It's very, very close. So at this stage, I don't think I can take it out because it's got Slack off. So I went for a Dank Pulse there. I think I actually got my very first flinch on it. I was like, yes, that's great. So if I could get like one more here, I could take it out before it uses Slack off again or just, straight out attacks me. So go for the Dark Pulse there, almost take it. I got a critical hit too, which is really, really cool there. Unfortunately, Belly Bolt is going to get through that, and it's going to be taking me out with a Scummy Water. So I got to get around this Belly Bolt, I'm getting absolutely swept by it. As a matter of fact, we should be able to do can we do a frog team this gen? Like a frog or amphibian-like team? I wonder if there's any 6 new ones. I have to think about that. But if anyone can think of any new amphibian Pokemon, like actual new ones, let me know about in the comment section. I always like to read my comments. So we're going to go into Pawniard there, go for that, I think it was a Sucker Punch to take it out. And now next Pokemon is going to be Reveroom. So Reveroom's going to go for a Shift Gear here. Now this could be a bit of a problem, So it's going to boost up its attack and speed. So I'm going to go for a Sword Dance this turn. I had a little bit of a feeling it might go for Shift Gear, so I went for Sword Dance. So like, okay, this is good. I can go for the Sucker Punch here, and unfortunately it's going to fail because the Reverie went for another Shift Gear. So I'm like, okay. Now I'm thinking to myself here, I know Reveroom's moveset like the back of my hand, right? And I think it's probably going to have, if it's got something, it's got Bulldoze, because that's the best physical ground type move that it gets. However, they're just going to keep spamming Iron Hands. So, okay, fair enough, they're going to flinch spamming, that makes sense too. So half my team is now gone. So like, okay, we'll go into Pawniard number 2 here. I've got Foul Play on this set. That's going to be good. Hopefully I can live this, and I didn't. So that's going to be enough to take out the Pawniard too. So this thing is becoming a problem. So I've got to go into Kingambit here, and now it's going to be powered up. Supreme Overlord is going to be powered up more because those Pawniard fainted earlier on, so it's going to really help out. Go for the Sucker Punch, and that is the end of Reveroom. It's going to vroom right out of this battle. So there's 3 more Pokemon. Wait, there's 2 Glimora. Oh, I know why they put 2 Glimora on this. I know exactly why now. They knew that Glimora was such a rare Pokemon to see, especially as elite, so they used 2. What a good idea. So I'm going to go for a attacking move there. I think that was any attacking move there, and that's going to take out the Glimora, which is good. So 2 Glimora down. Next Pokemon is going to be Dragonite. So it's shiny too. Come on, they must have done this on purpose. So Dragonite is going to go for a Dragon Dance. So this turn, I actually went for a Stone Miss, and it landed. Now, that was really, really good damage here on Dragonite. Quality performance. Now, Dragonite is going to be not having weakness policy. It's going to be eating a berry, being a citrus berry. So this turn, I was like, well, I got to go for Sucker Punch this turn, right? I've got no sort of, no way out to outspeed Dragonite. They may go for another Dragon Dance, but I think it's going to come down to, prediction and that sort of thing. However, my opponent is going to go for a Terra Dragonite, and it's going to be a Dragonite. So, that's pretty cool. Went in for the Sucker Punch, and that was enough to take it out with a crit. Do I believe that crit mattered? I don't think so. This thing's got a lot of attack plus, Supreme Overlord for Pokemon. The last Pokemon is a Lechonk. And guess what, people? We're going to be eating good tonight. We're going to slice that Lechonk up in one go, and that is the end of the 3rd battle. What an interesting team there. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out, people.